Okay. There we go. That better? Okay. Just making sure. Hmm? Yeah. Uh-huh. I don't hear any reverb now. Do you guys, does that sound better?
Yeah, it's not echoing now.
Okay, it's not
I think
echoing.
it's Venetia be having her little mic on.
Yeah. But you know what, too? I have Miss Linda in my class, so sometimes what that happens, it doesn't, it'll reverb on the computers. So I had her shut it off, and then she's going farther back in the class.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it worked. Hmm? Okay, I'm gonna have to take roll again one more time, make sure everybody made it back. We're missing one person so far. Maybe that's Karina. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the roll again. Venetia,
Yes,
okay. Lena,
I'm here.
okay. Anthony, you're here. All right, Amanda. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Alex. She's not. Alex, not back here. Back here. Right. Ava. Right. She's not back. Okay. Jocelyn.
here.
All right. Samantha Hanson, you're here.
Here.
Shay
Here.
and Karina. Yeah. Okay. So I'm missing Ava.
Venetia, do you mind muting your mic?
Who was it?
Sorry. I
Okay.
think that's why it's echoing a little bit.
Yeah, you have to keep your mic off until it's your turn to answer a question. Otherwise, we'll get that reverb coming back. Okay, I don't see her, but maybe she's having problems getting back on. But I got everyone else, right? There wasn't somebody I missed? Okay, so this was gonna go to Anthony, right? Because Lena did the last one. Okay. So here's your question. Demi-permanent colors are not designed to do what? Add tone, deposit color, last 4 to 6 weeks, or lighten or lift the existing color. They're demi-permanent. Do you want me to repeat them?
Well, I don't know.
You're gonna pass on this one?
Well, yeah, I don't know what it is.
You don't? Okay. So the demi-permanent colors are not designed to lift or lighten color. Okay, you need permanent to do that. Okay, so that's your answer is it's not designed to lift or lighten. Okay. Demi-permanents, they're just using their own little developer, which is like 10 volume or something. So it can only like tone something or cover gray, something like that. Okay. All right. Next person on the list is Amanda. Okay. You ready? All right. Red hair contains small amount of pheomelanin, a small amount of eumelanin, a dense concentration of eumelanin, or a predominant amount of pheomelanin.
I don't know that.
Okay, so predominant means more, okay? And dense is still less, okay? So what it's going to be the predominant amount of pheomelanin because they're talking about red hair. Remember the example I gave you was, think of Shrek, Fiona, right? She's got red hair. So you can remember pheomelanin is going to be red hair, okay? And then eumelanin would be your black or browns, okay? An easy way to remember it. Okay. Ava, you ready? She's not here, huh? Okay, never mind that one. Jocelyn, I know you're here. Okay, Jocelyn. If the hair is more resistant to color, the salon professional may need to shampoo the hair, check for elasticity, pre-bleach the hair, or pre-lighten, pre-soften the hair.
Pre-lighten or pre-soften the hair?
Yes, pre-lighten, pre-soften the hair. Thank you. Okay, my next one is Samantha. It's yours. Okay. An application of which of the following complementary colors would help eliminate unwanted brassiness or orange tones from the hair? Would it be blue-based, black-based, green-based, or brown-based?
Blue.
Blue, yes. It's always going to be the opposite color that you see on the color wheel. Good. All right, Shay, this one's for you.
Alrighty.
All right. In a permanent hair color procedure, the small color molecules will enter the hair with the aid of an alkalizing agent. That agent is called peroxide, ammonia, non-oxidative, or thioglycolate.
Say the first part of the question.
Okay, in permanent hair color, okay, the small color molecules will enter the hair with the aid of an alkalizing agent. Okay, so whatever it is going to be alkaline product, okay? You have peroxide, ammonia, non-oxidative, or thioglycolate.
I want to say the third one.
The third one would have been a non-oxidative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the answer on this one, because in permanent hair color, these are oxidative colors, okay?
Okay.
Non-oxidative colors are going to be ones where you don't mix them. That's why the non's there.
Alrighty.
Oxidative, okay, that's okay. And then we always add peroxide, but ammonia is the only ingredient that's going to be the alkaline, okay? Because peroxide is going to be an acid.
All
You're going
right.
to put it on the pH.
So it would be the
Okay,
ammonia.
so I'm give you. It's going to be ammonia.
Alrighty.
Okay, and they ask that question because what's the first thing you smell when you open up permanent hair color? It's like, oh, burns your
Right.
nose. It's the ammonia that you can smell, or bleach, right? So
Yeah.
that's where it's coming from.
Alrighty.
That's okay. I'd rather explain it so you understand it. All right. Karina, this one's for you. Are you there? There you are. Okay. Athena, I need to see your pretty face. All right, Karina, this one's for you. What refers to the vividness, come back. What refers to the vividness of color or the strength of its tone? Is it known as a level, melanin, intensity, or porosity?
What was the question?
What refers to the vividness of the color or the strength of its tone?
Melanin?
Mm-hmm. And you have level, melanin, intensity, or porosity.
Melanin.
Okay, this one's going to be intensity, but when it talks about the vividness, it's meaning how bright or how strong it is, right? Because remember when you use like 2 reds, like your formulation is like 6RR, it's just getting redder and redder, right? So it's getting really bright. So that would be your vividness.
Okay.
Melanin is the color that we have in our skin and hair and nails, okay?
Okay.
All right. Who's next? Athena, you came in just in time at the screen. Should take a break. Athena.
Can you hear me?
Lord, there you are. Yes, now I can hear you. Okay, this question's for you. What products are used to remove or diffuse melanin? Is it tints, toners, lighteners, or intensifiers?
Lighteners?
Yep, you're right. Okay, good. All right. Back to you, Venetia. This one's for you. A level of color shows what? The porosity of the hair, the depth of the intensity, the warmth or coolness of the hair, or the lightness and darkness of the hair. So a level of color. Are you thinking, Venetia? It's the lightness and darkness, yes.
Sorry,
Just
my
think
mic
of
was
different
off.
levels from light to dark. Yeah. I'm going from dark to all the way to light, those levels. Good. All right. Lena, this one's for you. Coming at you. High lift tints are designed to achieve lighter colors and are generally mixed with double the amount of developer. But am I going to use 10 to 20, 30 to 40, 50 to 60, or 70 to 80 volume peroxide?
Can you repeat the question one more
Okay,
time?
so a high lift tint requires you to use double the amount, but they want to know what level of peroxide are you using?
Is it going to be 10 to 20?
Okay, this one's on be 30 to 40. So on a high lift tint, what you're doing is you're using color a lot, like a lot of lighteners in that color, okay, to bring the hair up to blonde, okay, instead of having to bleach it out. So some people, they may have like a level 7 or an 8 already, and you don't need bleach to bring them up to that blonde stage. You can use color to do that. So what you're doing is you're mixing 4 ounces of 30 to 40 volume peroxide, and then you're going to mix 2 ounces of the actual color. When we normally use 2 ounces of color and then 2 ounces of peroxide, right? But you're going to double it up when you do high lifts, okay? So you don't have to bleach them up. It's a lot gentler on the hair. That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay, Anthony, this one's for you. Okay, what identifies the warmth, coolness, or neutrality of a color? Is it known as texture, porosity, intensity, or base color?
So I've only learned nails. I don't know anything about color or anything.
Okay. All right, so you want to sit down on these because you have no color experience in there? Okay, just
Yeah,
so you
I'm
can
just
listen
using
to them.
this as a learning experience.
That's okay. All right, who is next on the line? Okay, is Alex on here? No, she's not on here either. Okay, let me cross those off.
Well, you could still
All right.
tell me because I'm learning.
Huh?
So if you want to still tell me the answer, I'm learning.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going to explain the answer.
Okay.
I just wanted to figure out who I was going to. Okay, so the question was, what identifies the warmth, coolness, and neutrality of the color? It's known as the base color or the tone is what it is. So when you're looking at a bottle of hair color, right, it's going to have a number, usually 1 to 10, which would mean the level, how light or dark it is, right? And then next to it, it's going to have a letter of the alphabet, like an R or a G or an A, okay? And that's going to be the tone that it is. So I could be a 7 blonde, okay, but my tone is going to be towards the ashy, so it's going to look a little darker. If I used a 7 level and I used a G with it, which was gold, it's going to be lighter. It's the same level, but the tone is different, okay? So that's how you would read that color. The base color is the same as the tone, okay? Does that make it any easier? All right. Amanda, this one's for you. Okay. Rachel is planning to use a complementary color scheme for her future salon decor. Which of the colors below would she consider for her complementary scheme? Would it be red and yellow, blue and yellow, green and red, or purple and orange?
Can you repeat them?
Okay. Rachel is planning to use a complementary color scheme for her future salon decor. Okay, which of the choices below would she consider for her complementary scheme? So you're picking 2 complementary colors. So your answers are red and yellow, okay, blue and yellow, green and red, or purple and orange?
Isn't it green and red?
Yep, green and red's correct. Thank you. Okay, and then if anybody needs explanations on it, you need to let me know, okay? I'm just giving you a heads up on that. All right, Amanda, then Samantha, this one's for you. Are you still with me? There you are. Okay. Change this page over here. Okay. Okay, colors that are made by mixing a primary color with its neighboring secondary color in various proportions are known as cool colors, pure colors, tertiary colors, or complementary colors.
Tertiary colors.
Yep, that's right. Okay. Shay, this one's for you.
All right.
Since permanent hair colors contain aniline derivatives, which test should be performed on the client before applying any color? Is it the strand test, the skin tone test, the predisposition test, or the test for metallic salts?
What was the beginning of the question?
Okay, since permanent hair colors contain aniline derivatives, which test needs to be performed?
Either the
Okay.
the PT test or whatever, or
The PD test, yeah, predisposition. Mhm.
or the
That's
first.
answer.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go through them just so you know what they are. Okay, a strand test is done to make sure that the color we chose, the formulation that we chose, is going to come out the way you want it to. So you would take like a little bit of their hair and test it, right? So you do a couple of them in different formulas so that you can see which one you like the best, right?
Yeah.
The PD test is to make sure that she's not allergic to the aniline in derivative, which is the actual color of the tint that you're going to use. Okay,
All right.
because that's what people get, allergic to. Now, if you lighten somebody's hair and you didn't put a toner on it, you don't have to do the PD test. But if you lighten them and then put a toner on it, the toner's got the color in it, you have to do the PD test. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, and then the skin tone test, that's just for foundation. So we kind of know what that one's for. And we already know what metallic salts are for, right? Do you remember the test question that asked you what the formulation was for metallics?
No.
That's okay. We'll get back to that one. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we'll get back to that one. All right, who's next? Karina, this one's for you. Oh, don't you leave. Get back here. All right. The majority of the world population falls into which level of color? They're asking about the color of their head. Would it be red, dark, light, or medium? We're talking about natural hair color.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
The majority of the world population falls into which level of color?
I think was it red?
No, it's actually dark. Most people have dark hair. Yeah. We know we have all these different colors in there because we get to change all those colors. But most people are born with a darker color, okay?
Okay.
All right. Athena, there you are. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. What product would be selected to neutralize a brassy gold effect after pre-lightening the client's hair? Would it be a filler, a toner, a lightener, or developer?
A toner.
Yep, you're right. Good. Good. Next one, Venetia, this one's for you.
Yes.
Okay, when you're applying color to a client that has 75 to 80% gray hair, you're going to apply the color one level darker than the desired shade, one level lighter, 2 levels lighter, or 3 levels lighter than the natural color.
Can you repeat the question again, please?
When applying color to a client that is 75 to 80% gray.
And the answer is darker?
Yes, it's one level darker. And the reason for that is because if the client has that much gray on her head, most of the time they're like, it looks like they're bald on their scalp, right? Because almost all of it's white. So you're going to have to go darker so it can cover all of that white. When it's like 30% or 35% gray, you can always go one level lighter because you don't need that much pigment in it. Okay, when the less gray, you can go lighter. The more gray, the darker you go. Okay, Lena, this one's for you. Okay, chemical products such as hair colors, lighteners, perms, and relaxers all affect what part of the hair? Is it the length, the growth of the hair, the porosity of the hair, or the diameter of the hair?
The porosity?
The porosity of the hair, that's right, because it breaks it down, right? Okay, good. Anthony, you want to try another one? I'll find you an easy one. Let's see if you can do it.
I'll guess something when I
Okay.
think of this. Okay.
Which of the primary colors is considered to be the darkest? You have blue, black, green, and yellow.
Green.
Okay, so it's going to be blue, but the only reason that is because primary colors are red, blue, and yellow. Okay, and secondary colors are mixing two primaries together. So if I mixed red and yellow together, I'm going to get orange. Okay, when I mix blue and yellow, I'm going to get green. Okay, and when I mix blue and red, I'm going to get violet. Okay, so that's where those come from. But actually, if you guys notice anything about these test questions, there's like one word in there that kind of gives you the answer for the test if you think about it. Because that one said which primary color. And if you knew what a primary color was, you'd be able to answer. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so I just want you guys to understand there's always going to be like a word in there that helps you try to answer your questions. If you think like that when you're taking a test, you're not going to have a problem with it at all. Okay, and I'm looking at these four, blue, black, green, and yellow. And remember I said two of them have nothing to do with the question, right? So those two would have been green and black, right? So then that's what you would have to use. So my whole theory about two have nothing to do with it, and then two, either way you read it. Okay. Who's on there? Amanda, you're next. Okay. What type of hair colors lift the natural pigment and deposit artificial pigment in one process? Is it temporary, permanent, semi-permanent, or demi-permanent?
Is it permanent?
Yep, it's permanent because it's doing both. Exactly. Okay, 29. Let me see what I've got here. Jocelyn, want to take the next one? All right. What product would be used to equalize the porosity and deposit a base color on the client's hair? Would it be a conditioner, a highlighter, a shampoo, or a filler?
Filler.
Yes, filler's going to do it. Okay. Ooh, those are nice. Okay. Jocelyn, we have Samantha. You're next. Sorry, I dropped my papers. Okay. Okay, you ready? The question is, in addition to the client's natural hair color, you also need to identify which of the following before performing a color service. So besides looking at her natural hair, do we have to look at the weather outside, the date of her last curl, the client's emotional state, or any artificial hair color that's on the hair?
Artificial hair color.
Yeah, artificial hair color, good. All right, Shay, this one's for you. Okay, we went through that one right there, so okay, go to the next one. Okay. Hair should never be lightened or decolorized to what color? The orange stage, the third degree, the palest yellow, or white?
White.
white, because what happens is the hair's integrity is gone at that point. So nothing you do to it after that's going to work. You can't even put a toner on it if you bleach it up to white. It'll just run right through the hair like a little cheese grater. All the color goes out. Good. Okay. Karina, this one's for you. Girl, you can't shut your camera off. I need to see you. All right. Your question is, temporary colors should be applied to which of the following hair conditions? Dry hair, soaking wet hair, unshampooed hair, or clean towel blotted hair? Temporary colors.
Dry hair.
Actually, this one's going to be clean towel blotted hair. A temporary color actually goes back to the sink with you when you're shampooing the client, and then you're going to towel dry your hair, and then you're going to apply that temporary color at the bowl. Like literally, you're going to squeeze it out of the bottle and just work it through her ends. Okay, that's all you do, because the temporary, what happens is the next time they come in to get it washed, it goes down the drain. So it's not going to lighten anything. It might give a little bit of shine, and it might even put a tint of color in there, but it's going to wash out the next time she shampoos. Okay, it's not going to stay in there. All right. Okay. Where am I? Lena, are you still there? Like I see nothing moving up there.
Yeah, I'm here.
There you are. Okay. Are you ready? You ready for your questions?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is when the hair is decolorized or pre-lightened and recolorized with a new pigment? This technique is known as a concentrate, a double process, a pre-lightening, or on the scalp lightening.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
When the hair is decolorized or pre-lightened and recolorized with a new pigment, this technique is known as concentrate, double process, pre-lightening, or on the scalp lightener.
I want to say it's double process.
It's double process. It's because you lightened it and then you're going to put color on it. So it's double. Yeah. Okay. Anthony, let's see if you can get this one. It's easier. How many stages of lightening or decolorization exist? You have 4, 6, 8, or 10.
I'm gonna go with 4.
Okay, we got 10. And what it means is like, number 1 is like black. Number 2 would be like darkest brown. And then 3 would be like a medium brown. And then you would go into a light brown, which would be 4. Do you see what I'm saying? And it goes up to 10 is going to be your lightest. Okay, does that make sense? So you go 10 being the lightest, 1 being the darkest. Okay. If you see hair colors that have like a number of like 1100, okay, something that's 11 or 12, those are going to be your high lift tints, okay, which they're just mixed differently and they're trying to lighten the hair as much as they can without using a bleach. Now, using these, you cannot use them to remove color. Just so that you guys get this into your head, no matter what, color does not lift color. Okay, and until you actually understand that, because I got out of beauty school and I'm like, no big deal. My mom put on a light brown color on top of her bleach blonde hair and tried to get the black out, because that's exactly what happened. It turned black. And she's getting married the next day and I'm like, what am I doing? Well, I don't know what to do. So I'm going down to the beauty supply, I get the lightest blonde and I put double the peroxide in it, right? And I put it on, it's sitting on there for like 40 minutes and it doesn't do a damn thing. It doesn't budge. So the color doesn't lift color. Bleach, however, or a color remover would have done it, okay? But what happened when I put the bleach on there is it came up too quickly and I couldn't control the lift. Some areas lifted faster than others, so she almost looked like a calico. So that meant taking that off and going back and redoing the spots that I missed. So what ends up happening that I used a powder bleach with water instead of using bleach and developer, okay? And so it was off the scalp bleach, put onto her hair with a little bit of water instead of hydrogen peroxide, and I could control the lift and watch that until it got up to where I needed it to be. But color will not remove color. you're going to find that you're going to come up against some kind of crazy symptom that somebody did to their hair. And it's always like, you charge those people more. When you have to fix up their mess, you charge them more. Because you really do have to remove all of those things that they've done to their hair before you can actually get there to do something right on their hair. Okay, so just remember. Okay. In order to become, who is this for? Sorry. Did I go Amanda already? No, we're going to do another one. Where'd you go? Did I lose her? Okay, here's another one for you. I know I just gave you the last one, but you're going to take this one. All right. In order to become active, a developer needs to be mixed with ammonia or a lightener, a buffering agent, a non-oxidative color, or an alkaline compound.
Can you repeat it?
In order to become active, a developer needs to be mixed with ammonia or a lightener, a buffering agent, a non-oxidative color, or an alkaline compound. Now think about what we were talking about before, yeah.
Is it an alkaline compound?
Yep, it is alkaline. Alkaline is your ammonia. They asked that question a million times different ways, so I want you to keep remembering that, okay? That was good. Shay. This one's for you. Where'd you go now? Shay. I can tell because you guys put this thing up and I'm looking at the ceiling fan, okay? I'll catch you when you come back. Karina. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Oh, there, wait a minute, there's Shay. This one's for you.
Alrighty.
All right, you're ready for this one, huh? Okay. Generally, following a color removal procedure, the designer should dry her hair, tint her hair, trim her hair, or condition her hair. This is after you've used a color remover on her hair.
What's the question?
Okay. Generally, following a color removal service, like after you've removed the color from her hair, what's your next step going to be? Is it going to be dry the hair, tint the hair, trim the hair, or condition the hair? Think easy.
Dry the hair.
Actually, it's going to be condition it.
All right.
If you use one of those, it's going to be really tangly, you know, so you want to condition the hair. It'll feel really strong and girly.
Alrighty.
So I said, think easy conditioning. All right. Karina, this one's for you then. Okay. How often should the client generally schedule a retouch after receiving a lighter result on the hair? Is it 5 to 6 days, every week, every 3 to 6 weeks, or every 6 months?
Is it every 6 months?
No, it's going to be every 3 to 6 months. Okay, if you lighten somebody's hair, they're going to see that new growth, right? On a monthly basis, kind of. So the longest they can really wait is no longer than 6 weeks, okay? Depending on how fast their hair grows. And since most people's hair grow a ½ inch a month, once you go past that ½ inch mark where that heat is, when you go to lighten their hair, so let's say she left a month's worth of hair that you have to touch up, you're going to have a different color from the inch from the scalp out, and then that 1 inch out to the line of demarcation from the other color, because the heat's only going to work on that ½ inch. The heat's not going to work on that other ½ inch that's out closer away from the scalp. Does that make sense? So in that sense, in thinking in that sentence, I would have to go and tell the client she's going to have to pay for 2 applications so that I can do the area from an inch away from the scalp to the line of demarcation, wait until that comes up to where I'm supposed to. Then I have to go back and put a fresh batch from the scalp to that line so that she could have the same color. Because otherwise it's going to look like a gold band. And I know you guys have seen what a gold band looks like. When people try to touch up and they haven't gone correctly when they're supposed to, like every month or whatever. But that's what ends up happening, is you're not going to get the same color on the full head. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who's next? Athena? Are you still with me? Okay, there you
Yep.
are. Okay. Which result from the following choices could generally be expected when you're using a filler on the hair? Does it cut the shine in the hair? Does it give the hair volume? Does it cut down on the processing time? Or does it replace the missing pigment from the hair? So this is what a filler does.
Can you just repeat the options for me one more time?
Cut the shine in the hair, give the hair volume, cut down on the processing time, or replace the hair's missing primary pigment. That's a filler.
The last one?
Yes, it's going to replace that primary color. Because when you lifted somebody's hair, you removed like the brown, you removed the red, you removed the gold, right? All of those colors have been lifted. So now if I wanted to put a brown back on it and I just stuck it on her head without a filler, she's going to turn like a muddiest green kind of color, okay? Because she doesn't have any warmth left in there. We pulled all that out when we lightened her. So what you would have to do is use that filler to fill in that red that's missing, okay? Once that red's been applied to that hair, then I can put my brown color on top of the hair and it'll be a beautiful brown. But if you try to do it without filling it, what's going to happen is you're going to end up with funky colors. Not going to be pure colors, I guess you could say. Anything that looks like hair. I've seen it go green in a matter of seconds. I'm like, oh my God, get this off the sink. And you're running trying to get it off quickly. All right, we only got a couple more here, okay? Let's see. Who did I give that last one to? Lena? Was that one yours? Who was that? Can't remember now that I talked so much.
I think it was
Who answered
Athena.
all- It was Lena? Okay, so that means Anthony, this one's for you. I'll try and find another one that I think is easier. Okay. Which of the following statements about on the scalp lightener is not true? Okay. So it comes in an oil and cream formula. It processes a pH of around 9. It lightens the natural pigment, or it darkens the natural pigment. And you're using a lightener on her hair. Which one doesn't do? It doesn't do this one.
I mean, if it's a lightener, I'm gonna go with like it's not gonna darken it.
Right. That's the answer. It darkens the natural pigment because it's asking you not true. Good. Okay. Amanda, you here with me again? Okay. Which application technique is used to brush color or lightener on the hair vertically and in an alternating pattern? Is this known as base to ends, or base to retouch, which is line of demarcation, okay? Freeform painting, or mid-strand to ends and then base? Sorry.
What was the question again?
Okay, it says which application technique is used to brush color or lightener on the hair vertically and in an alternating pattern?
Is it the second one?
The freeform painting is what it is, okay? Base retouch would be just a regular touch up, right? Your base to ends would be when you're putting color on darker hair, right? You go from scalp to ends. And then your mid strand to ends, then base would be when you're going lighter, right? So it's going to be your painting on there. Good. Jocelyn, did you make it back in?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't see it until the last minute. Okay, this one is for you. Tone can be expressed by which of the following descriptions? Is it lighter dark colors, brighter dull colors, warm or cool colors, or mild or strong colors?
Warm or cool colors.
Yeah, good. Really good. Okay, a couple more then before I let you guys go. Samantha, we're gonna go to you. Where are you at? There you are. Okay. Okay. Which base toner would be used to produce a neutral blonde on pre-lightened hair? Is it gold, white, violet, or yellow?
Violet.
It's violet. Can you tell why we use the violet?
Because it's opposite and it'll tone it
Exactly.
down.
That was good. I was hoping you'd say that. It's complementary, so it's going to be opposite the color on the color wheel. So whatever is opposite of that, that's what you're trying to cancel out. So that's why they say when you have too much red in something, if you put an ash, which is a green color in there, you're going to have a more balanced color. It covers up that red. Same thing with the blondes. It was good. Okay. Shay. There you are. Okay. Dang. Okay, a powder lightener without buffering agents and conditioners could not be used on which of the following procedures? Is it weaving, surface painting, partial highlights, or on the scalp lightener?
It's the beginning of the question.
What? Go ahead.
What's
What?
the beginning of the question?
I'm like, is she giving you the answer? Okay. A powder lightener without buffering agents or conditioners could not be used on which of the following procedures? Is it weaving, surface painting, partial highlights, or on the scalp technique, lightning?
On the scalp.
Yes. Yes. Was she giving you the answer? Okay, that's not even fair.
Oh, she's playing doctor with her little doctor stuff.
Okay, there's somebody whispering in her ear, and I'm like, they're giving you the answer. Okay, Karina, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, there you are. All right. An obvious difference between two colors along a hair strand is called a fade, a blend, a line of demarcation, or poor color application.
Can you repeat the question again?
An obvious difference between two colors along a hair strand is called a fade, a blend, a line of demarcation, or a poor color application.
Is it a blend?
Okay, no, it's going to be a line of demarcation because it's a line of where the color started and the other color ends. Okay, a blend would be used for your fade. So there's your two that have nothing to do with it, right? Have nothing to do with the question. All right, and the other two, it could have been a poor application, but it's more than likely a line of demarcation. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, Athena, are you still here?
Yeah.
Okay, there you are. All right. Find you a good one. All right. Here we go. In order for a toner to be effective, which of the following steps needs to be performed? Okay. A pomade must be applied. A weekly rinse needs to be applied. The hair needs to be pre-lightened, or non-oxidative colors must be applied. Huh? I don't see it.
In order for a toner to work,
Yes.
can you repeat the option?
Pomade must be applied. Weekly rinse must be applied. The hair needs to be pre-lightened, or non-oxidative color must be applied.
A lightener?
Yes, it has to be pre-lightened in order for the toner to work. Good. All right, I've got 153 here. Give me two more. I got two more questions and then we're gonna go. So this one's gonna be up for grabs. So if anybody wants to answer this one, you'd be right, go ahead. All right. If the hair is over lightened, a toner may cause the hair to appear shiny, brassy, ashy or gray, or darker than desired. If the hair is over lightened and you put the toner on, what's going to happen to the hair? Is it going to be shiny, brassy, ashy or gray, or darker than desired?
Would it be darker than desired?
Actually, it's going to be ashy or gray. You're not going to get the true color. Okay, it's going to be like kind
That
of
was my
muddy.
second guess.
That's okay. All right, here's another one. Okay, up for grabs. Why does the base area lighten faster when you're using a mid-strand to ends, then base, okay, technique? Is it because the hair at the base is darker? The hair at the base is fully keratinized? There's heat from the scalp that accelerates the processing, or there's a lack of exposure to the environment causing resistance?
Heat from the scalp.
Yes, the heat from the scalp accelerates the processing, because that was basically what we were talking about earlier on that question, right? Okay, you guys, I think you've had enough for today. Just make sure that you do good on your test tomorrow, okay? Any questions, comments, or concerns for what we discussed today? Anything you don't know or you need for some explanation on it, let me know. No? Okay, I will let you guys go. Okay, see you
Bye.
tomorrow, those of you that come to school.
Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, bye, Miss Jamie.
Bye.